Welcome back to another episode of the free VST Plugins Detective, where I review, test out, and demonstrate various free VSTs. For today, we're looking at the BD808 by Synsonic, and this one, I'm gonna give this one a 4.5 out of 5. I'm very picky, as most of you know, when it comes to percussion plugins, but this one is incredibly in-depth, and like I said before, in all my other percussion type videos, and I guess an 808 is in that middle ground where it's like, it's kind of an instrument, but kind of a percussion element at the same time, but I'm going to kind of call it a percussion element. And a lot of percussion VSTs are typically just sample packs with a GUI. This one, though, allows you to really go in-depth when it comes to customizing the 808 bass sound. So obviously, this is a GUI right here, so I'm going to play it. Right? So you have a bunch of options here to really customize that 808 sound however you want. So the first thing I'm going to do is MIDI sync, which I think is really cool. So if you notice, if I play like a C on the keyboard or a D, same sound. MIDI sync syncs it basically to the pitch. So, right? So if you want to make those kind of those cool little trap, hip-hop, bass, melody lines and structures, the MIDI sync's perfect for that. And then obviously I have tune. Perfect. Being honest, if I'm doing MIDI sync, I'm probably not going to touch tune because I want everything to be perfectly, obviously, in pitch. Then I have fine right here. Then I have basically accent, level, tone, and decay. So if I turn this on, it has that kind of that oomph to it, that punch. Right. And then I have decay here. Now what's cool about the decay, and this is something I might resample. I've talked about resampling before, and I'll kind of show you how to resample a little bit later in this video. But the long decay is cool if I want like a very long tail. So if you notice, right, way longer of a tail, and even if I turn this up all the way now, long tail, which actually I think could be really cool for like sub drops. Like I said, if you resample it and do some pitch bending on it, could be really cool for sub drops. Then I also have the level, little loud, especially with the decay. I'm gonna turn that off. And then lastly, I have the tone. So the tone, it's not really being specific about what it does. It sounds like it's more of the initial first hit, or that kind of so if you notice, if I have it all the way down, it's kind of that initial first hit, which can be useful. Sometimes you don't want that, sometimes you do. Like I find, for example, like in big room house, sometimes having that little click in the beginning of your kick can actually just make it a little bit more powerful when done right. Other times I don't want that. Like say if I want to be like a subtle hip hop, maybe even like an R&B record, I might not want that little click, right? Now in terms of resampling, to show you again, I'm going to do the decay one because I like this. And this is a very useful trick. So I'm gonna make this smaller. So let's say I just want, let's do like an F note. Not that high though. Right? So let's say I want to make like a sub drop, for example. What I would do is freeze this, flatten. Now if you notice I have this huge long tail here. I'm gonna go back. Right? So let's say I'm gonna bring it to the 3 maybe. So that way now, let's say if I'm like, I want to have, let's say, and this is a good way to transition, typically, like, especially in electronic music, let's say there's something going on, and I want to transition to something else, whether it's at the end of a chorus or a drop, or whether it's starting off like a build, for example, is what I'll do is I'm going to go to here, I'm going to go to the clip, and then transposition, I'm going to click this, and let's do, for now, I'm going to do 24, so basically it's based off semitones, 12 semitones is an octave, and so I like to make it a little bit even, so I'll just do 24, so now it sounds like this. Actually, not that much of a difference. Let me put on Complex Pro, and then I'm actually going to bring this here. So now you notice. Right. Actually, this is something I'll usually mess around with a lot. Actually, make this a little more drastic. I'm gonna go all the way to 48. This is something I'll usually mess around with. I'm just showing you real quick. Yeah, decent. Sometimes you repitch, right? No, that's not gonna do it. Something along those lines, right? Actually, I'm gonna feel better if I do this. Right, yeah, that's a little bit better. Have it be a little bit more of a gradual, but I can adjust this here, right? And that's what resampling is really useful for. I think especially with bass notes like this. Obviously, within the plugin, I'm gonna open it up again. You can do a lot though, as you can see. You know, this is probably one of my favorite 808, especially for specifically like an 808 bass. One of my favorite 808 bass plugins I've ever used. Maybe the best, just because of all these customization options. Typically, most 808 bass plugins, I've reviewed a bunch of them already, are just basically like a bunch of an 808s that are usually just distorted and they have like a gain knob, and that's about it. With this one, at least, you can really adjust a lot of these parameters super in depth.